Hey guys, welcome to Lips and Liner. I'm going to give you a little bit of an idea of how to use false lashes and the easiest way to use them. Okay, so this is pretty much like a beginner's situation. So these are some options right here. I'm gonna go with these really tiny ones that I actually bought. These I actually bought online. They're super cheap if you go through like eBay or something like that. But also I went to Sally's beauty store and I bought these right here. These have this little pink thing down here that'll help press on the lash at the very base, and then these right here will put the lash on pretty much for you, kind of thing. Okay, and this is the adhesive that I'm using. It's black, so it will look pretty good on there. It won't, it also comes off really easy. It's not like really hard to pull off or something. I take off my lashes usually in the shower, and with something like really cheap like these ones, you don't have to worry about like the lashes, you know, like costing a lot, and then, oh my gosh, like, so it's like $3, $4, $10, $15 lashes. These ones are super cheap, so you just look for some online. See what you can find. I would recommend this just as kind of a natural type of look. These lashes are super little. Like if you see that, they're not very thick. They're not very like, they're not super long. They don't look like really unnatural. They look kind of natural, but they give you a little bit of an added boost. You can always use the same information for bigger lashes or thicker lashes or longer lashes or more dramatic lashes, but I'm just gonna go with these right now because they're cheap and I'm not going to be wearing these very long, so I'm just gonna show you guys. Okay, so you can take something like tweezers, like the end of tweezers or something, or you could take something like a bobby pin or something like that, and you can actually just like put the glue on the lash and then take these and then put the lashes on the base of your lashes. So you can take something like this to measure it out, just because I don't want there being like a ton of glue on my lashes. I want them to be pretty even. So you just take it, make sure you can see this, put a little dollop on there, dollop a daisy, something like that. Okay. Take your lash, and then you can just kind of like run this down there. You can see how I'm doing it. I'm just slowly going down the line. That way you're not getting so much on there. There you go. Super good. It's really even. You can see that. It's really even. Let that dry just a little bit. And take the rest of that. You can hold on to the rest of this, just sit this down and then take your little tweezer things right here. These are like $7, $8. Also, if you want, you can trim these up. You just take them, put them over your eyelashes. I have pretty good sized eyes, so I don't really have to worry about it too much, but if you want to, you can trim them up. So, all right, now I'm gonna take this, I put it down on the lashes. Okay, so I'm gonna hold it like this, like I've got it, and then I'm going to set it down on the side. Let me see what I've got. Now that inside part is the part you have to worry about. This outside part is not necessarily as complicated, I feel. Okay, so now you've pretty much got it on there. You can tell the difference, like this one looks a lot prettier. Take this pink part right here, and you're just going to, here, I'll show you how I do it. So I've got like a mirror right here. Hold that up. I'm going to press. I'm going to make sure that I get that all down. Now, if you don't put on too much glue, it's not as hard. If you put on too much glue, it's pretty hard to do this. Okay, now there's a little bit of stuff right here. So to get that off, I'm gonna take a face wipe. I get these at Walmart, and it's like $1 for like 10 of these things. So I'm gonna take a little face wipe right here, and I'm going to wipe up that excess glue right here. There, it just all comes off. There you go. And then can take that pink side again. Make sure that it's all on there. There you go. All right, so I'll show you guys how to trim one of these up. All right, so you take one of these. All right, now if you see, this is more curved, so that's gonna be the outside, and it stays kind of longer a little bit right here. Ooh, let me see if you can see that. See how this side over here is a little bit longer and a little bit thicker and stuff? So this is gonna be the inside. So I would cut the inside. I would not cut the outside. I would cut the inside. And I would probably go, see how there's like one section here, one section here, one section here. Probably go to like that third section and try it out, because usually these are too long for most people. Okay, so you can take one of these. Okay, now fit it to your eye. So you're just gonna take this part and you're gonna hold it down, and you're gonna check and make sure that that comes to, I mean, you can actually just set it down there. You gotta make sure it comes all the way to the end here, and then almost to the center, or almost to the starting point of your eye in the middle. This one looks pretty good. So you can actually cut, just hold these up to to each other, and then cut and make sure that they're even. But I'm just gonna go with this one. I'm not gonna worry about it. So I've got the rest of the glue on the end here. It's still tacky, so I'll just go ahead and go around here. You don't need it too wet, so that way, you know, it'll like stick as soon as you put it on. All right, so you got it there. All right, I'm gonna hold that outside side again. Start on the middle. Use your other hand to hold down the part that's closest to the middle of your face. The easiest thing to do with lining would be taking like a liquid liner. Liquid liners are a lot easier to use. My favorite liquid liners, will show you, would probably be this one. It is NYX Collection New York, okay, liquid black liner. NYX, super cheap. This one, Revlon Color Stay, also like $7, $8. This one like $5. This one's like $7 or $8. If you're using something really, really natural, you could go with this pinpoint because it's so tiny. It's a really, really fine pointed deal, but it's harder to use. This is way harder to use. This is my favorite. So this one has a point that's actually felt, and it's way easy to go over. I can show you real quick. This is way easier to use because it doesn't move so much. So you can go to that inside and just kind of like go over the top of the liner onto the skin, or go over the top of the actual lash onto the skin so that it kind of all blends together. Same thing over here. Now, I don't know if you have used lashes before, but a lot of times the biggest problem people have is the inside of the eye, like it'll start coming up and stuff. If that kind of thing happens, it's probably just that the lash is too long for you. So cut the lash so that the lash doesn't have to do this like major turn. Do it so that the lash can just kind of like turn down here, but not have to do like a complete circle. Just do it so that it's kind of like this, not like this. If you cut off the inside right here, you can line the inside of your eye instead of you having the lashes there, and it'll actually kind of make it a little bit more simple, especially if you haven't been doing very many lashes like for very long. If you're really used to doing lashes, have at it. Do whatever you want with lashes. But that's one trick that makes it a little bit more simple. And then if you want, you can go in, line the bottom of your eyes with something like this. This is from Rimmel. You can line the bottom of your eyes and make them look really, really open. Okay, so one of the big things right now is like gun control. I am a Republican. I do not believe in that much gun control. I do not like a lot of gun control. I think that it's just kind of like, okay, we're going to take away your protection, and if you're a law-abiding citizen, you're not going to have any now. Where if you aren't a law-abiding citizen, you're going to probably have even more opportunity to kill more people because nobody else is going to be able to protect themselves. So I think it's ridiculous. Another thing is that people have been changing their stories a lot in the presidential campaign so far. And I think Ben Carson is a pretty cool person, and he has been getting a lot of flack for saying that that people should have actually gone after the guy that caused that mass shooting. And then there actually was someone that did that, and everybody's saying that oh, well now, you know, that makes him look terrible and blah, blah, blah. He really doesn't look terrible for what he said. He said what everybody else was thinking. Why didn't somebody do something? And everybody thinks that when they're in that situation, they will do something. A lot of people freeze. So, I mean, that's normal, but it's not something where you can just say like, okay, well, in that situation, this is what I would do. So I can see where people were kind of upset that he said that, because you don't know what you're going to do in that situation. Because I mean, there's not a lot of people that have had that situation happen to them. So they can't say, this is what I would do. But when Ben Carson said that, it kind of came across like he knew how he would handle it. I mean, maybe he has had that kind of situation happen to him before, or maybe he feels like he's handled enough life and death situations by being a doctor that he feels like he would handle it really well. Some people can't. Some people don't. Doesn't mean that we should like make them kind of like push the blame off on them. It's not their fault that someone came after them with a gun, but in the same situation, I can see where as a presidential candidate, you have a lot of stuff you have to talk about, and no matter what you say, people are going to pick it apart. So I'm glad that Donald Trump was actually standing up for Ben Carson and saying like, hey, this is what he said. I think everybody's overreacting about it. Anyway, these look pretty good. All right, well, I hope that you enjoyed this little tutorial and stuff. Let me know what you think about everything going on with the presidential campaign. I think it's really interesting. And also, there's like, I think they said 36 dams that might break in South Carolina. So please join with me in praying for the people there and, you know, just their safety and their support and everything. I'm praying that everyone, you know, no more people die from it like there were, and there have been. So anyway, pray with me for that, and tell me what you wanted me to do tomorrow. I'm gonna work on some more, I think, ideas and see what I can come up with. Thanks.